Well, I said you mentioned that you're in Atlanta, and I know you're from there, and I know you come from a very large family, and so do I. My grandmother had 13 kids, so I wanted to know how much of your interaction with your family goes into some of your material, and how much inspiration does your family give you?
My family is such a great family, and you coming from a large family, some people don't understand that. When we meet people say they're the only kid and things like that, I'm like, whew, God bless you. And both my grandmothers had 21 kids. That's 42 kids. And I always tell the joke, I saw my grandmama last week and she's pregnant right now. But Danielle, coming from a large family is a blessing because we learn to bond. And I'm from old school. We visited each other and we slept in the same bed sometime, boys and girls. That's how tight we were. Mm-hmm. And to this day, we have a family reunion. We're planning one for next year in Atlanta, 2023. And it's going to be a small number this time. It's probably going to be around 350.
That's a small number?
That's a small number. Back in the day, we had 655 and 640. And our family reunion has become like a small convention. We got a lot of people in our family, and we just like to get together and have fun. So I'm proud to have come from a large family. And yes, some of the jokes come straight out of the family, like my old uncles. And matter of fact, I need to do this joke in Chicago this week. I had an Uncle Bo. He's the guy that would ask you a question and answer it at the same time. Ask you a question, how y'all get up here? Walk? Where your dad at work? What time you get off? 6 o'clock? And so we do a lot of my show is about my family and Mark and the preacher at church. That's how I became a comedian. We went to church so much in the South that if I never go to church again in my life, I have put my time in. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, yeah. Where church is the all-day event.
I enhanced the lie and said we should go to church on Sunday, and we didn't get out until Tuesday. That's how long it seemed like it was. You know what I'm saying?
I do. I think that's cultural. We all been there. I said one of the things I really enjoy about your comedy is because it's so relatable, and you can tell you're a great observer of people. Is that part of the entire creative process, just listening and observing?
Danielle, my head is so stupid. I hear people say things, I'm going, well, that didn't make sense. Like I come up with a joke, and then it happens so frequently. Even in Atlanta last night, a lady said, it's raining outside. Duh.
Where else would it rain?
There you go. You just simple things like that, right? Simple things like it's raining outside. That's why you came inside and it's raining outside.
Right.
That seems to be working, but you got to see it right, and the time has got to be right. And I heard another lady said, I feel comfortable in my own skin. So with my dumb head, I'm going like, well, how do you know? You ain't never been in nobody else's skin. And I know I'd feel better in Jeff Bezos' skin. I'm pretty sure of that. Turn my head around so it'll be all right. I feel better in Oprah's skin. I know hell I feel better in Al Sharpton's skin. It's going to be a little tight, with Al Sharpton's skin. So you just pick up those things and you just have some fun. And that's what I'm going to do to Chicago. Now, listen, coming to your city, I used to be on radio there many years ago.
Yes.
I was number one. But there's just so much funny stuff in Chicago. If you can't laugh there, Chicago people love to laugh too.
We do. We're a comedy city.
Yeah, we're going over to, I can't pronounce the name, Alsip or something like that.
Alsip. Riddles, in Alsip.
First time I was there, I'm sure you've been over there because you're Black. Is that just the cemetery city? Did they just bring all the dead people to Alsip? Somebody told me, yes, they do, because back in the day, when they wanted to get rid of dead bodies and things like that, they took it to the Black neighborhood, just like they did the interstate highways. And they asked no question. They tried to get outside of the city. They would normally be near a Black neighborhood. So
it is very much, it's a lot of cemeteries over there. I did not even think about that until you just mentioned.
You just say there's a lot of, I was over there, this is a lot of cemeteries. I've never seen that many cemeteries next to each other and across the street from each other. And I said, all these people can't be dead. There's a lot of people. Then I thought about it in Chicago. Oh, these are dead people that vote. Everybody's always talking about. These are dead.
Well, speaking of, you're coming into town with Myra J. Anthony Brown.
3 headliners on one show.
Yes, seriously, 3 heavy hitters.
We're going to have a good time in Chicago. Me, J. Anthony Brown, and Damon Williams is going to be there.
Oh, okay. That's a Chicago home team, Damon.
Myra is Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just starting this little tour off, and it's called Me, Him, and Her. And we just left lunch here in Atlanta together, the 3 of us. And every other Tuesday we get together and eat. So we're talking about coming to Chicago. We're gonna have it's just gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna talk about anything and everything.
And it's so much happening right now in Chicago. I have to ask you what your thoughts are about some of the hot topics here. I know you had a lot to say about Chris Rock and Will Smith, so I got a kick out of that. But I got to ask you, the R. Kelly trial started today here or yesterday in Chicago. What are your thoughts?
What trial is this? This is he has about 3 trials going on.
Right.
Why don't he just go to jail? Why don't they just go? He's already got a 30, 40 years, right?
Yeah.
So why is the government wasting our money having these trials? It's just like, he's going to be in jail for a long time. Just let it, and we'll do his trial when he gets out.
Right. Well, I don't think he's going to get out until possibly 80, just on the one federal case. So
2080?
When he's 80, like in his 80, I think it's like 30 years.
Somebody did a joke about that, and there's some young girl that wanted to marry him and says she'll be 40 there. She'll be 40 when he gets somebody said that in Chicago. I don't know where it was, but I read it somewhere. But there's so much to the R. Kelly story in Chicago. That's going to be good. I'm going to tell you the truth. Trump is back in there, and of course I'm still mad at everybody. I start cussing. I'm still a Christian, but I start cussing.
Right.
COVID, and what I did with the Will Smith thing. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that was going to go viral all over the world. It went crazy. So not only do I hate the Smiths, and now I've added some more, the blacksmiths and the locksmiths and these smart ass people spelling the name with a Y, call themselves Smite. You're still a Smith. The hell with you. I hate all Smiths, okay? And you're here the other part. Now I hate I'm in Georgia, okay? Mm-hmm. We got a guy here named Herschel Walker.
I was going to ask you about your thoughts on Herschel.
Don't. This is the dumbest man in the world. I'm glad he's running, and I'm so glad he's running. You know why?
Why?
We need somebody that dumb. Opposing Senator Warnock.
Yeah.
No, we do. He's embarrassing all of the black people. And Senator Warnock is so smart. He's a genius. He puts Herschel on talking, and he just says, "I'm Senator Warnock. I approve this commercial." That's to pronounce his own name. So now he's got me hating all of the Walkers like
all the Walkers.
Yes.
So all the Walkers and all the Smiths is over with.
All the Walkers. What's another Walker? Junior Walker and also Johnny Walker red, Johnny Walker blue, Johnny Walker black. I hate all the Walkers. And if you see somebody in Chicago walking with a Walker, the hell with them too.
So tell the Walkers and the
CJ Walker. What her name? So you asked me about Georgia, and I'll probably talk about. I'm really mad at Judge Clarence Thomas. I don't like him at all. Mm-hmm. So and I got all the Thomases. I got to cuss out the Thomases. It's Thomas Jefferson, Thomas Edison. Who's another the Thomas English Muffin? I got all of them. To hell with all of them. So it's just. And I'm mad at Tim Scott. I saw him last night on TV.
You got the Walkers, the Smiths. You cutting out a lot of the black population. It's a lot of us with Smith and Walker.
And guess what? Smith happens to be the #1 name in America. So that's a lot of Smith.
That's a lot of Smiths you hate right there.
I call him Snot. Because I really hate this man. And I'm from the Southeast, from South Carolina, but anytime you get a black senator does not vote for the Supreme Court Justice C.J. Jackson. Mm-hmm.
Ketanji.
Let me ask you a question. How could a black man not vote for her? That just pisses me off. I hate to come down angry, but that's just that's stupid. Them white people got some on him. Trust me.
I think you might be right. And they need to start by looking at his wife.
They're all three of them. You know that, right?
There's 3 of them.
All of them got them wives.
You know what they do? I didn't think about that.
She said they do.
They do. But
You have that smile on your face that you love to laugh. Listen to me. I bet I can hang out with you and get tons of material because that's all you do is you're in the news business. And that's where the laughter comes from. Look at this idiot down in Florida.
Yeah.
He should have been in jail a long time ago. I don't know what it's going to take to get him in jail.
Me neither. I said, but I said, sometimes I go to work and I'm like, this cannot be real life because it feels like I'm in a comedy sketch sometimes, depending on what I'm covering.
If Danielle or George Wallace had committed half the crimes that Trump 45 has committed, we'd have been on our way out of jail by now. That's how long they'd have had us.
Right.
They're out now.
Yeah.
Giuliani, I hope they get them all down in Georgia. I hope they
everybody.
All of them, everybody. I hate all the Giulianis.
Add them to the list of names. You're going to have a whole book of names in a minute.
That's hilarious. Basically, the only reason I'm coming to Chicago is because of Portillos, okay? I got to go to Portillos.
What's your favorite at Portillos?
I think I'm like most black people. I like that sausage and beef combo. And I didn't know about the word baptized until last week. Somebody told me they dip it in the
whole thing. That's how you get it done.
I didn't know that. I just
merged it.
And I said, baptize me twice. Boom, boom. Let me tell you something. I took Tom Joyner, Jan and the Brown, Mara J. Mister many years ago. I said, I'm going to take you guys to eat because normally when I said I want to take you to eat, we're going to the Chop House or someplace like that.
Right.
We walked into Portillos on Ontario. He said, this is a food court, George. but Danielle, when they finish eating, what did they say? Every time we go to Chicago, what do they say? We're going to Portillos.
That Portillos, that beef and sausage combo. I always get a slice of the cake. If you're a chocolate lover, I get a slice of that cake.
I don't get. Let me tell you something. A lot of people don't. Well, I'm wrong about saying a lot of it. I just found out about they got a strawberry shortcake at Portillos.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Let me tell you, I'm so excited. I don't care about the other restaurants in town or lunch. I want to eat there at least every day, probably.
You know, we're in this time where comedians are just under a lot of scrutiny, whether it's the Chris Rock, Will Smith incident, whether it's the controversy surrounding Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
You know, as a comedian who's a veteran, who's been doing this for so long, does this time of woke culture kind of affect your act? Or are you saying, you know what, take me as I am and I'm going to talk about what I want to?
I'm going to talk about what I want to, but maybe it's my personality that I can talk about anything. And, and I tell everybody with all of these, the political places that we're at, the climate, what's happening, the woke, the cancel culture, but the pandemic. I'm so proud that I have a job that I'm to make people happy no matter what. Mm-hmm. And every day I have to thank God. I tell this every night on stage. I have the greatest job in the world, and I choke up and I have to thank God for what I do. When I see happy people, it makes me happier because my job, Danielle, all I do is lie. I just lie. I just love this. I just love to make up stuff and just lie, because life is a lie. And I have to bring this to the forefront. People they think I'm kidding, but all your life you've been lied to. I don't even want to talk about the Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, but just growing up, if you look around, everything is a lie. You go to church, this is a joke I haven't done in 10 years. You go to church, what's the first thing the preacher says, especially the black church? First thing the preacher walks up in the pulpit, what does he say? With the Bible in his hand, first thing he says, I won't be long. Just lie.
That's a lie.
You turn TV on, I don't care what you do. I don't understand why they have Bibles in the courtroom. That's why we're here in the first place. Mm. Somebody's lying.
Right.
Everything is a lie. When we grew up, I'm from Georgia. I don't think where are you from originally?
I'm born and raised Chicago.
Well, maybe they did this in Chicago because all of them are the country people from Mississippi and Chicago.
Yeah.
So they told us in Georgia, if you drink coffee, they told us to the kids, if you drink coffee, it'll make you black. I bet you never heard that, did you?
I have never heard that.
Danielle, you ask your people, they told us a whole lot of stupid stuff as kids. And then you grow up, you turn on TV, you start looking around. Don't start thinking like me because I look at everything. Mm. You watch the television commercial, it will say, one-a-day vitamins. You heard about that, right?
Yeah.
One-a-day vitamins. This product.
Yeah.
Directions. What does it say? Take 2. But what does the label say? One a day. Does it?
One a day.
Take 2. So I love lying, and I should have been a weatherman. The way I lie.
Because they lie too.
And they get to come back in tomorrow. They say, come on back in tomorrow. So that's what happens with us, and we have a great, and just to be able to laugh about death. It's good to laugh is the greatest medicine in the world. And so we just have fun. And so when we get to Chicago, I don't know what we're going to talk about. It's just something that happened in Chicago that day.
We got a mayor race. We got, our mayor.
Every time I come there, somebody's running for office. This has been since Mayor, what was the controversial mayor before Washington? Daley, right?
It was, Daley. Yep, Daley, Richard Daley.
The big mob guy, right? And Chicago has just been controversial all the time. And my good man, I had an opportunity to go to the White House. President Barack Obama came to my show in Las Vegas. So it's pretty cool to know so many great things out of Chicago. You don't remember a restaurant used to be called Gladys's? Used to be
oh, yes, I do. That's soul food. Yes, I do. Yeah, that is it. That is
good food. And then you got your Bud Billikens parade. And when I did radio there, I enjoyed that. And like everybody else, I kept going, who the hell is Bud Billikens?
We just had it last weekend was the parade. But yeah.
That's not a lie, but it's close. There's no Bud Billiken, right?
There is not. There is not an actual person named Bud Billiken.
Life is good. I'm blessed. Life is so good. And we'll just continue to laugh and enjoy everything. And I'm just going to be on stage about 30 minutes in Chicago. Jay's going to do 30 minutes. Mara Jay's going to do about 20. So that's going to be a full show, and then we'll come out together. I hope people are kind of angry. We started this show in Atlanta, and Jay and I didn't talk about each other's mama, and the people got mad.
Oh, they wanted you to.
So we can't remember those jokes anymore. Do your mama joke. And so it was crazy. So you got all this new material, we've been off 3 years from COVID and wearing the mask. I wear my mask out on stage, so because I don't trust any of y'all.
You shouldn't, because people in Chicago have been all outside. So
not as bad as Atlanta.
Oh no,
They never heard of the COVIDs in Atlanta. When the COVID was killing everybody, the nightclubs. I went by a nightclub in Atlanta. There was a girl out there. It was 15 degrees. It was cold that night. She had her mask around her waist, covering her private parts. I'm going, that's where the mask goes? That's how short the skirt was. She had a mask. So sometimes they never got the news down here. So
yeah. We shut down for quite a while, but now everybody's out and open. So I think that'll bode well for your show, because we're a comedy city. So looking forward to seeing you and the crew and coming in to keep us rolling on the floor, because we're animated when we laugh. So
I used to say I used to do that joke. White people can sit still and laugh.
Right.
White people, we got to move.
We do.
We got to jump. Then I used to say, we got to grab something. That's the ladies. So that's what's good about laughter. And I always tell people, laughter is the greatest medicine in the world. And good thing about it, it's free medicine. So that's why I encourage everybody to overdose on laughter. Keep it in the reach of children.
Yeah.
And when you start laughing for more than 4 hours, then you call your doctor. And give the doctor the same prescription so the doctor can laugh. It's the best medicine in the world.
Well, it was so nice talking to you. I am looking forward to everyone coming out to Riddles and Al's to bypass all of the cemeteries and come out and have a good time with you, J. Anthony Brown, and Myra J. Thank you so much for talking to the Chicago Defender.
I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it, because my love for you, Danielle, does not require your permission. George Wallace.
Thank you.
See you, Chicago, Friday and Saturday night. Be there. You can come naked if you want to.